It is Drinks with Dee Dee.
And John.
That's me. Here, click.
And we're in a motor home this week.
Really?
We are.
And those are trucks going by in the background.
We're at a truck stop, literally.
We are. We're at a truck stop. Truck stop, cuties coming home to me. Said I wouldn't be sorry. She was just a baby. Remember that song?
Is that Eddie Rabbit?
Ooh, it is Eddie Rabbit. I've never been able to stump her. That is Eddie Rabbit. Well, what a week we've had, huh? We've had what a day we've had. It's been an amazing day. A lot of stuff has happened since last time we saw you. We kind of talked around the wonderful event at the Hollywood Museum in beautiful Hollywood, California, in the legendary Max Factor building. It was fantastic. Donnell, which Dee Dee affectionately calls DD1, right?
Yeah, I'm Dee too. She's my mentor.
She put on this wonderful event, and
unbelievably
so well attended. Tom Wopat was there. Catherine Bach was there.
Michelle Lee from Herbie.
Michelle Lee was there from Herbie the Love Bug. My dear friends Maeve Nutter and Lindsay Bloom, who were both on Dukes, were there. Malcolm Danar, crazy guy from Smothered, and Christine, and Officer and a Gentleman, and on and on.
Scooby-Doo guy.
Oh, that's right. Well, Scott was there in a video. In a video. It was great. You know, he was out somewhere Scooby-Dooing. And it was just fantastic.
And don't forget Jean Kasem. She's a widow of
Casey Kasem. That's John Schneider, number 10 with a bullet.
Very nice lady.
So the number 11 with an anchor.
It was truly a star-studded Hollywood event. All the press was there. Beautiful red carpet.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe the press.
Look, no one does a better event in Hollywood than the queen of Hollywood, Donnell Dadigan. And then she's like, oh, well, would you like to go to the Purple Room in Palm Springs to see Ruta Lee perform? And that was unbelievable.
Well, of course. So we went there. We drove to Palm Springs, you know, in what used to take, maybe an hour and a half. It was like 5.5 hours because it was Friday afternoon. We had to drive in. But it was great. We played a little golf in Palm Springs. But back to the event. The event was really great.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a General Lee outside on the sidewalk. Kind of like when we had our
we had a wedding party. One of our wedding parties. We had several, but we had one there. Donnell was DD1 was kind enough to host it for us.
Right,
that was amazing. So yeah, they just put the General Lee right by the red carpet.
Right by the red carpet, and a General Lee inside on the it's the third floor for the exhibit. So the exhibit is great. If you find yourself in California, it is the Hollywood Museum in the Max Factor building. It is not the wax figure museum.
Now, the Max Factor building is so beautiful, and it's right there at Hollywood and Highland.
And you actually get to learn about things there. It really is. It's museum should be educational, but the other ones are fun. You know, I think I talked a little bit last week about, you know, you want to just go have fun and be chased by a shark, go to the Universal tour. But if you want to learn something about how movies are made, then go to the Warner Brothers tour. So if you're really interested in Hollywood, go to the Hollywood Museum there at the Max Factor building. If you just want to see, you know, very plastic-looking people replicated in wax, get me? Then go to the
wax.
Go to. I was supposed to be. I think the Dukes. I think we were in wax there for a while. I think we were. We did that.
Hollywood Museum's better. It's way better. And it's right around Mel's Diner, so you can get a bite to eat and then go to museum.
Oh, those hash browns.
I like the turkey dinner when I go because, you know, you get
every day is Thanksgiving. Every day is Thanksgiving.
Once a year, and then every time, I'm telling you, it never fails. Thanksgiving. It's like every 5th Thanksgiving, we get a traditional dinner. You know, it's like, oh, well, let's go to a French restaurant. It's like, no, I want turkey and dressing and mashed potatoes and gravy.
When have I ever said let's go to a French restaurant?
No, not you.
Oh, some other guy.
No. Let's just
go to a French restaurant.
What made me think about it is we're doing a movie in Boston, and they're like, oh, well, let's go to the French restaurant. I'm like, on Thanksgiving. So, yeah, I love the traditional Thanksgiving dinner. And
because the French celebrate Thanksgiving in the United States so often.
Well, I did not like the idea of it. But I will tell you that Mel's Diner, if you want a traditional Thanksgiving dinner in Hollywood, go there.
All the way to the cranberry sauce.
And Rex was there with us.
Rex Smith was there, and his lovely wife was there, and Gosh, I don't want to forget anybody, but I'm sure we did. We want to thank everybody who showed up. It was great. And if you weren't there,
Claudia.
then that Claudia Wells was there from Back to the Future and a bunch of things. She's got a great men's store over in the Valley on Ventura Boulevard. You can find her on Facebook. So that was all. That was all wonderful. Then we made the drive to Palm Springs. We had a great time. Oh wait, we played golf the day of the event, right? Yeah, we played golf on Saturday at a wonderful golf course called Cimarron, and the wind was crazy. Not as crazy as that video you saw of us standing outside the
Oh
motorhome.
my gosh. Yeah, today weather, we'll get to that. But first, the golf. John made 6 pars.
I did. That's the first time in my life. I
6
still shot a
pars.
92, but I made 6 pars.
But the big news was
Dee Dee got a birdie.
my first birdie, probably my only birdie ever.
And this wasn't a forgiving, it wasn't like, the first shot went somewhere and it was not an adjusted friendly birdie. No,
No.
she got on the tee box. She took a 5-wood rescue club, teed the ball up a little bit, hit it over the water, which if you don't play golf, you don't know how intimidating water can be. But for some reason, water just wants to take golf balls.
And it didn't intimidate all the guys. I was playing with 3 guys. And John, of course, had 6 pars, but not on that hole. Everybody lost their balls in that hole, but mine landed on the green. And then I just took the putt and got it. And it was a long putt. It was great.
And I didn't get to see it because I was fishing my ball out of the water. Now, mine didn't land in the water. Mine actually landed on the green, and I had a very unusual for me, but I used a pitching wedge. I had a great backspin on it, so it hit the green, and then it rolled back down the hill and into the water.
So can you tell we love golf? And we got John this
Oh, that's where I got my Cimarron shirt.
I should have worn my golf attire, but I kind of didn't think about it. But anyway, we had a ball in L.A., and then we went to Palm Springs, and now...
Oh, we're that wonderful guy. By the way, we've got to brag on this wonderful guy from the hotel who chased us down in the parking lot. The song. You were singing the song about him. Fernando.
Oh.
Fernando.
There was something in the air that night. You always know the words.
She sang. I don't know the words of that because that's ABBA, right?
Orlando.
ABBA?
I think so, yeah.
I'm proud to say I know ABBA
You know
lyrics.
Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen, young and something. Only 17. Oh my God. I didn't like him then. I don't like him. I had nothing against them. I felt like.
They've done very well.
I know they've done very well. Mamma Mia and all that kind of stuff. It's not even really glam rock. It's kind of glam pop. I loved Heart. I love Heart. And that's two wonderful women, amazing musicians. But anyway, so we were at the
Park, and then Palm Springs, and now we're on the road, and we're almost.
I was bragging about Fernando. So we were driving through a very windy parking lot, and I was trying to parallel park this thing. Not a good idea. Not for me, anyway. But
you're such a great driver. You're really good at driving this motorhome.
Thank you. I finally did find a spot. We had a flat today, and that's a whole other thing.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that.
We finally get to a spot, and we hear, knock, 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 knock. And I thought, oh, my God, I know we have a reservation. Somebody's going to tell us to park somewhere else. But no, it was Fernando, and he was out of breath, and he said, I've been following you through the parking lot. I wanted to tell you, the best place to park is like over there.
And he was at the front desk.
And he was not only at the front desk, he's the boss.
Yeah. So that was really sweet.
Yeah, that was great.
We had a really wonderful Western trip.
What was that hotel? Because we want to brag on. Doubletree. It was a Doubletree.
Golf resort.
Doubletree Golf Resort in Cathedral City.
Cathedral City.
But we couldn't play golf there. We played at Cimarron because they had a golf tournament the next day, and they said, there's 3 days a year that people who stay at the resort can't play golf, and this is one of them.
But again, Dee Dee won. Donnell Dadigan, thank you. You're such a wonderful friend, so dear, and we just had a wonderful time.
We had a ball. Had a great time.
In LA, go to the Hollywood Museum and see the Dukes of Hazzard exhibit. It's really impressive. And also, thank you to friends and fans who sent shirts, who sent belts. We were looking for.
Oh my gosh! Yes, Nicholas
belt, and we couldn't find it exactly because it's a tough. That's an intricate belt. And
it is.
Eventually, we got help and figured it out.
Yep. So, and my boots are there. My original boots that I wore when I auditioned that had holes in them, and I had newspaper and cardboard in the toe of the boot to keep my socks kind of dry. They're there, and they are bronzed.
Let me tell you about the Deuce of Hazzard fans, and I know you already know this, honey, but they're like, I don't think that's quite the right yellow. And then on Luke Duke's shirt, well, you know what? I don't think that's quite the right. I mean, they are particular. You all are particular. You watch the show.
Well, yeah.
You know the clothes. You know the lines. You know it all. So very impressive. So thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And what else is there? They've got Herbie the Love Bug there as well, and they've got the Mystery Machine. The Mystery Machine is there too. Look, there goes another truck. By the way,
yeah, we have trucks going around everywhere.
I'm a pretty good driver with this thing, but what blows me away is that guy right there is going to come around this corner. He's going to look over his left shoulder and back in between two other trucks, and he's going to park that thing with that much room on either side in between two other trucks.
I don't know how they
with
do it.
one try. One try. You want to be impressed? Go to YouTube and watch. Just look up truckers parking, and it's like it's just impossible. So
I never knew this before RV life. John introduced me to it, but we either stay at a hotel, we stay at a resort or a campground where we plug in everything, or if we're just tired and we need to get off the road, we'll at a rest area or a truck stop. And I was
just the side of the road.
Well, but I was mortified to begin with. That I'm like, what? Are we allowed to do that? That's so weird. But no, it's not. I mean, it is quite commonplace. So you have RVs and trucks and that sort of thing. And where the love's right now. No, we're not going to stay here. I don't think it's up to John. We'll see. But
we may just stay here and watch Time Tunnel.
Yeah, which we watched Time Tunnel last night. So we watched Reacher, Time Tunnel, and Wild Wild West, right?
That's right. Those are the things we watch.
Like, we'll finish our day and then we'll come back and watch TV. It used to be a Mannix. And somehow
Mannix yeah, we're gonna. There he goes. There's another guy backing up. And by when I say guy, it could be a woman too. There are not a lot of female truck drivers that I've seen, but I have seen them, and they do the same thing. Yep, he's just backing right up.
So this morning we knew that we were going to have weather, so that's a big part of it, because with bad weather, it's difficult to drive an RV anyway, but with that, it's very hard. I'm so impressed with John because he's so good at it. But this morning I woke up, well, we have friends in Madison. Mom Sorrell said, oh, that's a mom of our friends with Mad Love. She said, the weather's going to be really, really bad. You need to watch it. And then other folks said it's going to be epic flooding. And it's like,
that's what it said on the news,
too. We're going to Hazard for our flood benefits. It's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So this morning I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I always wake up early. And I see the storm line, and we are close to it. It's coming from the west. So I wake up John.
Yeah, just northwest of us is this.
We are close. So I said, John.
Yellow, orange, red. Yeah, red is heading right for us.
Tornadoes, tornadic, bad. So I said, honey, it's not safe to be here. I think we better go. We need to head east. So
well, I was dead asleep. She was like, hey. And what do people do when they say that? Are you awake? What? Yeah. So anyway,
I got right to it though, and I said, we're not safe here. I think we really do need to go. But I've been up for half an hour or whatever, so I was wide awake, and I assessed the situation. Which in a motorhome, you have to assess where you can stop, the weather, all that.
It's like driving a sheet of plywood down the road. It really is. So when the wind hits it, and this thing is big, when the wind hits it, it really moves it. So anyway, so we got up early. It was dark 30, and we headed on down the road, and then
we stopped. Remember the wind tunnel? We stopped first to get fuel, and then it was so windy, and you made a little video.
Oh yeah, I made that video. Well, what happened is Dee Dee opened the door, and thankfully she held on to it kind of, but that door, again, like a sheet of plywood, will pull you right out of the motorhome, or it'll come off of its hinges. So anyway, we made that little video, and it was funny. We're going. We just left Cali, and we're going back to Hazard, Hazzy. So anyway, it was pretty fun. So life is great.
No problem.
Not a thing. 2 minutes later, we're going down the road, and
ba-boom.
Something, because there's stuff blowing everywhere. So what we used to call them is a road gator. So what I believe happened is I hit a road gator, which is the retread that has come off somebody else's tire. You see them all the time, and most of the time you can avoid them. But with the wind blowing that thing across the interstate, so We looked at each other like,
What
what
did
was
we run
that?
over?
What was that? And I said, I think it must have been somebody must have had a blowout. Somebody did. Us.
So and then a couple minutes
I've never
later,
had a blowout, and it was this one has it has 6 wheels in the back, so dual wheels that have power to them, and then they have wheels that just kind of float. They're back there to help with stability and things. And the inside one on the driver's side blew.
in the middle.
Yeah, well, yeah. So you can't see it from the outside unless you look around. Well, of course, when we stopped and looked around, but I looked out my rear view mirror, side view mirror, and I thought, what is that?
But John was driving, but I get up because it's like
There
it
was
smells
nobody
like burnt
behind us. There
rubber.
was nobody anywhere.
But it smells like burnt rubber, and I go back, and there are little pieces of insulation or something flying everywhere in the back. And then the fire alarm went off. There was an alarm that went off. See, you were
No.
driving.
That was just there's something wrong alarm up there.
Well, there was an alarm. It sounded like a fire alarm to me, and it smelled like burnt rubber because it was.
There's also
Crazy.
other stuff because
a lot of damage done with that.
because when the I say it's a retread, the young man Bradley,
Mm-hmm.
what a great guy, who changed the tire. He said, "I don't think it's. I'm not sure. I'm not. But it came off like in a strip, like a crescent roll or a croissant. Anyway, when that happened, that thing was flapping around inside the wheel well and did a number on it. And one of the things it did a number on was it pulled the it pulled the, how can I say it? What we call it in the motorhome biz is the stinky slinky. So it pulled that and caused.
And you need that to go to the bathroom.
Well, kind of, but in this particular. Anyway, it caused some damage back there. But thank God for that auto that shop there. Oh goodness, what was the name? Do you
Boss
remember?
Hog Shop.
Hog, yeah.
Boss's shop. The Boss Shop.
Yeah. It wasn't Boss Hog. That's funny. Boss Hog Shop, and
The Boss Shop.
they were right there, and thankfully they had the tire, and we were in there and out of there in about an hour and 15 minutes or so. And one of the cool things that Haven, who works there, said, I said, well, we're going to go out into the elements now. We've been kind of running away from the storm, trying to beat the storm to Kentucky. And she basically said, it's a good thing you weren't on the road, because an hour and a half from here there was a tornado touchdown
in front of us.
I think it went right across the interstate. So had we not hit the road gator, there goes somebody backing up. Had we not hit the road gator and had the flat, you always have to look on the bright side. There's a good chance that driving this 45-foot sheet of plywood, we would have been right in the thick of the tornado.
So we had bad weather behind us.
So I'm thankful for it.
And the bad weather behind us, they said they had baseball-sized hail. That is not good for a motorhome. And our insurance had just come up again. I was like, oh my gosh, what else? What other drama can there be? But anyway, we got through it, and here we are.
We had a tiny bit of rain when we were
just windy.
We were there. No, we had a little rain as we were leaving. Remember? Had a little rain on the windshield. Anyway, so that was a great time. But the moral of that story is, there's nothing you can do about the flat tire. Oh, and we happened to be like 200 yards from this place.
To cross the road. That was
when we pulled over, that was it.
Unbelievable. We looked over and I'm like, does that say tires?
That's tire repair.
Boss tire shop.
Tire repair. Yeah, Boss Tire Shop.
Boss Tire,
A Boss Repair Shop. So it was amazing. But we met Bradley. We met another young man. And forgive me.
What's his favorite show, Bradley?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
He's 18 years old, by the way. And I guarantee you the tire he pulled off the back of this RV weighed more than him. Tire, rim, everything. And he muscled that thing on there, and it was great. We met him. We met Haven. We met another. But we met a bunch of great people.
And
we actually had a good time.
We did. Well, we're so relieved we found the place. So we're just grateful. I always say I wake up very grateful for John and for my life and for our life. So that we were just taken care of.
Yeah. So what they say: when life hands you lemons, make lemonade.
Or limoncello.
So
Better yet.
Title of the show, Tony: When Life Hands You Lemons, Make Limoncello. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But we had a good time, and we had somebody actually posted on a. I posted something singing that song, and when you got to see Bradley, and they said it's so great that when I was just talking to one of my students, they said about how, when things go bad, you have a choice. You can either find the good in it, or you can wallow around in self-pity. So our advice to you, at least I think it's our collective advice, is when things go wrong, and they will, find the silver lining. They said the guy digging through a pile of horse manure said, I know there's a pony in here somewhere. Find it. Find the pony. And we did today. It was great. Now we got a brand new tire. We got some work to do on the motorhome, but we're safe. Everything is fine. We didn't get caught in a tornado, and life is good.
But ahead of us,
We're
you
doing
say
the
there may be
podcast.
the flooding, there may be water, we'll see. But I think it'll be just fine. And we're going to do this wonderful benefit concert. John is on his birthday, as we've talked about, in Hazard. And they are so grateful, and they're so sweet, and everybody's being lovely. We can't wait to get there.
And our buddy Bert is coming from Germany.
That's right, 20 states.
He's coming from Germany. We got 20 states and the country of Germany.
Now remember, Hazard is not easy to get to. It is in the mountains. It is up.
It is in the mountains, yeah.
And we have people from 20 states all over the country.
And Germany.
Making it there, and Germany.
The only way they know how.
That's pretty impressive. So they want to celebrate the birthday with John, but John celebrating his birthday by giving back and to Hazard. And it Hazard with 2 Z's instead of 1, but it is just going to be phenomenal. We're really looking forward to it.
Right. And
Cody and
Cody. Well, Cody's going to be there, and that's Cody McCarver. Keith Burns is going to be there. The Stars and Bars band is going to be there. But I think on Saturday before it, I think we're gonna. There's a car show going on. So good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Probably going to stop by there because I love cars, and meet everybody and say hello to everybody. And here's the only caveat: if you're there and you want an autograph, you've got to pay $20, and that is going to the Hazard event. Okay, Appalachian. Remember what the whole thing is called? Anyway, that's going there. It's not going to me. It's not going to her. It's not going for another spare tire. It's going to help these people because that's what we're there for.
I mean, and that's a nice donation, $20. It's not anything to sneeze at. No. We're paying to get the band there and do it. And we're happy to do it because it's just going to be phenomenal, and it's so worth it because these people deserve a break, and they've been through not 1 flood but 2, and who knows.
By the time we get there,
hopefully there will not be a 3rd one by the time we get there. But we've been told it might be pretty bad. So everybody just think about the folks in Hazard and the folks that are going to go to. I think it'll be fine by Tuesday, but over the weekend it might be a little rough. So let's hope for the best.
Yes, indeed. So, politics. What is going on in politics right now is, actually, I would not say politics. I guess it's in government right now. It is amazing. We just watched I'm sorry. I'm making sure the timer is still working. It is
President Trump talking.
President Trump was talking about the tariffs, and I don't understand, for the life of me, how anybody can have a problem when we have been. These aren't mean tariffs. He even called them friendly. So if there's a country like Vietnam that's charging us 90% on goods that come from the United States of America to Vietnam. 90%.
It's just reciprocity. That's
but he was talking about reciprocal tariffs, which means we would charge them 90%. But that's not even what he's doing. He's charging 35 or 37%. He's charging right at maybe a little more than half to these countries who are really not only are taking advantage of us, but have been taking advantage of us for a long, long time. And believe me, I understand what it's like to wonder why in the world someone who has been given a free lunch year after year or month after month or even day after day, it drives me crazy when that person or that country that gets a free lunch, when you all of a sudden say, That hamburger is $3. They're like, what? What? How dare you try to charge me $3? I'm entitled to this hamburger. That's what other countries have been doing to us because we've allowed it. And President Trump was so great about that. You know, he always points to, the fake news, all those people back there. And then when he did the talk to Congress, he talked about, these people. He was talking about the Democrats over here. Well, this time he kept pointing to the Oval Office. He kept saying, you know why this is happening? You know why this is so bad? Because those people that sat in that office over there, they let it happen.
But it happened for a long time.
And it's not going to happen anymore. And the Chicken Littles of the world, the fake news folks of the world that are saying, oh, this is terrible, it's going to just be a disaster. Well, first of all, he kind of did it, not to this degree, but he kind of did it in his first administration, and our economy was great, and we were respected. But what they don't take, or what they refuse to take into consideration, is as soon as the rest of the world knows this is serious, this is going to happen at midnight. At midnight tonight. Well, Canada was all playing tough, as well they should, which, by the way, also President Trump said, look, I don't blame China. I don't blame Canada. I don't blame Vietnam. If you can do that, if somebody will allow you to take advantage of them like that, why wouldn't you?
Now, that's what Trump said.
That's what President Trump said. But already, because I think Canada, on some of the goods, what is it that comes down?
Cheese or milk or something.
I think it's dairy products.
Dairy, right. Dairy.
It's like a 95% tariff.
Yeah, crazy.
So they are already the Prime Minister, right? Prime Minister of Canada is already, even before the deadline tonight, is saying, look, of course, we'll negotiate. We'll negotiate.
Well, we give Mexico and Canada and many other countries so much money, but crazy money in both those countries. Remember when he said 200 million, 300,
600, well, but 600%, it gets up to like 600% on some of these things. But what the I don't want to say liberal because that's not even right. Because I'm very liberal in many parts of my life, and I'm sure you're very liberal and very conservative. It shouldn't be labeled like that. But what they refuse to shed light on, and they're not stupid people. I mean, they know it. This isn't a snapshot, and it's always going to be 25% to Vietnam, and it's always going to be. We are going to try to cripple. We're not trying to cripple Canada. We're just trying to make them play nice, play fair.
No, it's not even not. It's just it's been so unfair and lopsided. President Trump just saying, look, let's just be fair here and let's make it a little more equal. I mean, let's make it a little closer.
Well, let's make it equal. Let's make it. We're going to get to equal. But let's at least start moving in that direction.
Yeah, now it's at least in the same orbit where before it was crazy lopsided.
Yeah, we charged, I think it was 2.5%. 2.5% tariff.
And we have people in America that
and people
help.
Bitched about that.
Why don't they get the help, versus folks in other countries who are just messing with us because they were allowed to do it. And that's what President Trump said. He goes, look, I get it. If someone's going to let you do that, they're going to keep doing it. But President Trump made it very clear that gravy train is over.
Okay.
I'm thinking about Val Kilmer. I feel bad about Val Kilmer.
I feel bad about Val Kilmer, too. Yeah, Val had a very rough go of it here these last years. What a fighter. What a great actor.
But it's weird because he's 65. So when people are in your age group, especially if they're young, but if you're in your age group.
Especially when you're about to be 65.
Yeah, John's about to turn 65. It's like, oh, but Val Kilmer was a huge star. And I thought he was best. Well, I don't know.
Best Doc Holliday. Best Doc Holliday ever.
He was so great. Doc Holliday, Iceman, amazing. I'm so glad that they included him in the Top Gun remake, remember? And they had to figure it out because he didn't have a voice.
They had to AI his voice, I think, yeah.
So, I know you knew him or met him. I also met him, and that's when his voice was gone. So I met him not long ago, but he was super sweet, super nice, and he didn't really want the voice thing to make anyone feel bad, so I admired that.
Yep.
incredibly talented.
Oh yeah, The Doors. My God, if you
Yeah,
haven't,
that was great too.
if you're not familiar with, I refuse to call it work because I know those of us who do it, it's really play. If you have not, if you're not familiar with Val Kilmer's body of play, then please watch Tombstone. Please watch him as Jim Morrison in The Doors.
Even when he's really young, Genius. You remember that
Unbelievable.
movie, Genius, when he was like at the
Well, he did Top
school?
Secret. Top Secret
Well,
too,
yeah,
right?
so many.
Top Secret.
I mean, so many.
It's like half cow, half, I don't know.
The Island of Dr. Moreau,
weird.
probably he should have skipped that. But other than that, but that wasn't his fault. It just, you would think he'd be great because it was with Marlon Brando, but it wasn't. So yeah.
Friends of mine, Gary Baxley, you haven't met it, but some friends from Dukes did The Island of Dr. Moreau. Yeah, and they said it was.
I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it's, if you
Yeah.
missed it, probably a good idea.
Yeah. That's a good one to skip.
Yeah.
25 minutes. Wow. So there's a bunch of you go to stuff like that, and there they go. This place will be absolutely full.
Packed.
It's so great we got here early.
Yeah, because we're kind of well, no, I guess we're at happy hour, which is appropriate.
Well, we're at happy hour because we're drinking. What is this? This is Blanton's, right?
Yes.
We're drinking Blanton's bourbon.
And it's quite good.
Quite good, and we would like to thank Ellie from Madison, Indiana, because this was our wedding present.
And she threw one of our parties. She's great, and we're going to see her at the Derby. I mean, that's our plans.
At the Derby, we're going to the Derby.
I won't say what the conflict is, but we've got two events, one on one side of the country and one on the other. But we choose the Derby.
Well, the Derby is great.
The Derby's great. We went last year, and it was incredible, and
we can do it like a live hi, how are you from the Derby.
We'll figure that out.
They'll love that.
But it's good. It's a good problem to have to pick and choose the events you go to when you like them all. It's fun. We're just having a ball.
It is fun. Yep. So Pete Hegseth. I think to Pete Hegseth. You want to drink to Pete Hegseth?
Okay.
You like Pete?
He's great.
Okay.
No, I like the entire cabinet. I think they're all wonderful.
I think they're doing a great job, and they're doing a great job under very interesting fire. When President Trump did his first term, the opposition was the majority, and now the opposition is a minority. But they just keep those slings and arrows coming, and they went after Pete Hegseth, and I think it's unusual that they did that, because from what I've read and what I understand about it, is Pete was on this Signal thing, which, by the way, was the preferred in a document from. It's not the CIA. It's one of those government agencies with lots of letters. The preferred means of encrypted communication was Signal, as advised by this government agency that's supposed to be in charge of, like, the integrity of secret communication, or not secret. What is it? Top secret. That's not the word either. Anyway, he was just on the call, and somebody who shouldn't have been on the call somehow got an invite to be on the call. And this is why I love all the young people that are working in Doge, because they never would send an accidental invite.
Big balls.
To somebody. That's right.
They were picking on big balls.
They were. They would. They would never send an accidental.
Big balls. Big balls. Anyone name that or
big balls in Cowtown?
They're going to get away with it. In the end, big balls are going to get away with it.
So it was just.
And I'm not making it up. That's really what they call him.
BALZ. Right. But it just seems to me that they're grasping at any kind of straws they can to destroy, undermine, I guess, the conservative side, who are fans of President Trump and the cabinet, kind of undermine our belief in what he's doing. But it's not going to work. It's just not. It's not going to work.
He's the richest man on the planet. He doesn't care. He doesn't need any money. He doesn't need any friends.
Well,
And
we're not the richest people on earth, but we don't care either.
no, we don't. And and that leads us to like some of the negative people. I will say 99.9% of the folks, friends who we love you, fans, we love you too. And you aren't friends. Some of you we haven't met yet, but some are really mean. And I touched upon this, and I have to tell you that the gal, when we were talking about the hat thing, and she was upset because she is bald, and she has to wear hats because she doesn't have any hair. I've got plenty of hair. I'm good, but I do it because, and I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again, because I had skin cancer on my face, so I sort of had started the hat habit, and I love it. I love hats, so it's fun. And we were even talking about maybe doing hat giveaways or something because I have so many. I'm probably like thousands. Probably.
Please, let's do a hat
He
giveaway.
hates it because all the hats take up so much room.
I just bought 5 hat racks that hold 20 hats
And
apiece
it's not even
to
a
take
dent.
care of a box.
Not even a dent. It's one box. So I just started buying them, and you can get them for, and most of them really don't cost much, but they're really lovely. So we're trying to kind of, and if you all have any ideas, let us know because I would love to give some away. Maybe we kind of put a game together or something for every podcast.
Dee Dee's headwear, Dee Dee's chapeau. I don't know.
But getting back to the mean people, I mean, I don't know why. If you don't like what we're saying, you can go somewhere else. If you want.
Oh, you mean mean people here? Yeah.
I mean mean people
both
here.
of you. Both of
Yeah,
you.
there aren't very many, but I thought
Both of you go away because you're like those people that want to keep getting a free hamburger.
And we don't care. I promise you, we don't care. But what I didn't like was the lady who had cancer, and she was bawling because when you have cancer, you lose your hair, and it's really not fun. I'm assuming that would not be fun. And she said, "Thank you for standing up, and thank you for saying something for me because that was really hurtful what people were saying." So all the mean people do it somewhere else because John's going to block you.
I'll block you, or better yet, I'll leave you there, and all you nice people, read the comments, and when you see a mean one, blast them.
And all the mean people, they're always
some people need blasting,
and they're never happy, and they don't have any friends, and they hate their lives. So it's like you want to continue with that. That's fine, but we're going to have our lovely happy life. And the lady who was so sweet and had lost her hair with the hat, you go, girl. You are wonderful, and don't worry about it. Keep wearing hats because I do every single day. And here's another hat that I love.
Gilligan.
The Gilligan.
Gilligan.
Love that. I think we said on another show I wore this throughout Vegas.
I just feel so. I mean, I love the message, but I just feel so dumb.
Why?
You know what? We like to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We like to share. I love you too, baby. We like to share the joy.
Yeah, good news.
Why share the? Keep your grief to yourself. Keep your anger to yourself. That's a better thing to say. It's hard to keep your grief to yourself, but keep your anger to yourself. Like who was the woman that called Governor Abbott Hot Wheels? Who in the hell are you, lady?
He's in a wheelchair.
I know, and she did it. She did it on purpose because she's mean-spirited.
We get the grief. We get that. I mean, but when you just want to be hateful,
and we get humor, but Hot Wheels.
People feel bad. Why do you want to do that? I mean, go ahead, have fun. But
I can't get that up there.
That's okay. But we're like, anyone who wants to be that way, see ya.
And by the way, Governor Abbott, my hat is now off. My hat is off to Governor Abbott because when the Biden administration was doing everything they could to let all the dangerous and nasty and some nice, I don't know where they are, some nice people in, but they came in illegally, so they're all it's criminal. But while that was happening, Governor Abbott did everything he could to stop them. And you know what the Biden administration did? They went and stopped him from stopping them from coming in. What in the hell?
I'm so confused. What?
Well,
I didn't follow that.
He was putting up barricades in the Rio Grande.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they said Biden sent, I think, the National Guard, and the poor National Guard had to go down and say, "Look, we're sorry, but we kind of have to do what we're told, but good for it." It is so nice now.
When you join up for ICE, when you join up for Border Patrol, that is what you want to do. You want to patrol the border. And just like this most wonderful press secretary, she's
Oh
great.
my God, she's
Gorgeous,
28 years old,
28,
right?
has a baby, and I don't know how she does it, but she is amazing. And she's like, well, there were travel agents before in the Biden administration. Now they're doing their job, the job they signed up for.
Right. The Border Patrol was basically travel agents helping people get
to other parts of the country illegally.
And that's why the Biden administration said we need more Border Patrol, not to secure the border. They tried to make you think that, but so that they could more effectively and more quickly. I've loved more quickerly. That's President
John
Bush.
And I
That's President Bush.
Yeah, but
more
John
quickly.
And I make up a lot of words
we
too,
do.
just for fun.
But more quickly, get them over. We can get more illegals in more quickly. Crazy. And then this one person now. It's hot in here. I'm sorry. It really is warm in here. We didn't want to have the generator running because you couldn't hear us.
But you can hear the trucks that keep going around.
I wanted you to hear that because I wanted to brag on our truck drivers. I wanted to brag on all our CDL holders. You got that's
and talk about nice people.
Oh my God!
They're the nicest people in the world. Hey, can I help you?
Oh, the door open. Can I help you? Yeah.
Very sweet.
They're really terrific. And if you want to hear some great music about our truck drivers, go to johnschneider.shop and get the Truck On album. Yeah, that's what she's singing.
Barely. Not well. Yeah, let's flip out the guitar.
Tired eyes, bright lights, and long nights. Got to come to Hazard to hear the rest.
That's right.
500. Keith Burns and I wrote that song. A lot of fun. But
and again, hats off to my cousin Greg, who's kind of putting the whole concert together. Now he's not first cousins, but we're all related down there. And then I look at the foundation, the Appalachian Foundation, and it's another Napier. And then on John's Facebook, on my Facebook, it's other Napier saying, "Oh, we're going to be there," so it's going to be a big family reunion. Right. And then my mother's coming. It was Nancy.
Of course, Napier. Right. So I'm thinking about getting on stage and saying, I want to thank everyone who had anything to do with putting this wonderful thing together. I'm so great, but that would take too long. So I'm just going to say, thank you, Napier.
Thank you to the Napiers. The Napiers
they're everywhere. And we had a Napier, Charles Napier was on Dukes a lot. By the way, speaking of Dukes, I just am about a quarter of the way through the second episode of Earls of Perry, writing on this very laptop that's sitting right here. Very excited about that. Looking for cars in all the wrong places. So I'm looking for cars, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a whole lot of fun. We've not checked the mailbox yet.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we're going to get there.
We have not checked the mailbox yet. We are going to go check the mailbox. But
No. Kim and Jeff from Mad Love, they're going to grab our mail and our stuff, and they're going to bring us to Hazard. And their family.
Yes.
Their mom went.
You're gonna have to rent a trailer.
From Breathitt County, where my mom's from. So again, it's all family.
You're gonna show up in a pod.
No,
that's the mail. It's the mail.
Oh, you mean like a traveling pod? Yeah, because there'll be so
much. Because there's gonna be so much mail. It's gonna be like what was that great movie? Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, right, when they all wrote Santa Claus.
And also Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, another great one.
Mm-hmm.
But so pay attention to what's going on in the news right now, because and watch some alternative news. And by alternative, I'm sorry, folks. I gotta throw lately anyway. I've gotta put. I think Fox has two legs and one butt cheek on the other side of the fence right now, and I don't know why, because I love Fox. I don't know why, but if you want to see what's going on, you want some great opinions about what's going on, and they will show you both sides. It does lean toward the right, but they will have someone from the other side on. Watch Newsmax. Newsmax is great.
I still like Fox. I mean, I get what you're saying.
I like Fox.
I do get what you're saying.
Lately, they've been.
They're still good.
Well, they're good, but they've been disrespectful. I don't know why people treat President Trump. He is the president. Like him,
none of
love
that
him,
I
hate
agree,
him, whatever. Nobody cares what your opinion is about the current. Nobody cared about my opinion about President Biden I did not like him at
That is
all.
not true. Everybody cared. When you said about the assassination, which you
I
did
didn't
not.
say that. Don't put that nonsense out there.
I know, but
That
whenever
was, I'm a lawyer. That was Harvey, what the hell is his name? TMZ, which I also appreciate and like. But that bastard is the one that said I used the word assassination. Words are important. I did not say that.
I didn't. I said the assassination thing, meaning that it turned into big time the assassination thing when what John said was, if you do this and it is treason, you are.
I said, I believe you're guilty of treason.
Right.
And what is the remedy for treason?
Assassination.
No.
Hanging, public hanging.
It is not assassination. Words are important. My God.
Details are important.
I'm not in. Yes, details are important.
Isn't that Reacher? That's one of our shows. Reacher says details are important.
Details are
I'll kind
very
of throw it
important.
out there because
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the nose. But a lot of people have used the term treason with regard to many people in the Biden administration, including Biden.
But I threw that out there just to make the point.
You threw that out there just to get a rise out of it.
Well, true, but he got a rise out of everyone. But in the end, guess what? John ended up being right. I mean, you did. At the time, it's like, oh, the Secret Service. Secret Service is Secret Service never came. John did not.
The jury is still out about whether or not Joe Biden committed treason. I still believe he did. Well, I believe his son did. Right. I believe I believe many people in his administration did things that were not only more for them and less for the United States and the good of the people whom they work for, but I think they did things for them in spite and to the detriment intentionally, which is a very important word, to us. It's like people said, "Wow, you can't." If I have to be careful, right? Because I don't want them knocking on the door of the motorhome either. But this administration wouldn't. But there's a difference between doing a poor job and refusing to do your job. I believe with all my heart and soul and socks and running shoes and golf clubs that Joe Biden refused to protect our borders. He didn't just do a bad job, and Mayorkas as well. Mayorkas. They didn't do a bad job it wasn't even a poor plan, badly executed. Well, but they refused to do it.
Which is a terrible job.
Yeah. So if you refuse to do your job, and in this case, I was raised to believe that the number one job of the elected officials, whether you are local or the president of the United States, your number one job is to protect your constituency.
That's right.
To protect the people you serve. So you can't be caught in a treasonous act for doing a shitty job. But you can be caught in a treasonous act for refusing to do your job in the first place. And that was my point. And there have been many people talking about that since then. But as you know, every dog needs to pee on the tree.
Oh, here we go. Full circle.
Full circle. How many country music legends
here we go.
are now saying the same thing, but never mentioning me, never saying, I mean, personally, I can't wait for Beyonce's new polka album to come out.
Polka.
Because,
But John, look, I mean, in both those regards, you weren't wrong. And it's just because you were quite forward.
I was first.
You were first. So now everybody jumps on the bandwagon when it's safe. When Biden's gone, oh well, it's treasonous.
Oh, I love George Strait to pieces.
What he did, but John said it way early on, and he just got, I won't say crucified, but it kind of was.
Well, no, that was bad.
And the reason I said throughout assassination because they all did.
They tried to. The funny thing is,
they did it, which was crazy, but they did, and then it stuck and stuck and stuck and stuck. So, but in the end, John wins because Biden's out, John's in. And
I'm not president.
Well, you're a big.
I understand.
You're in the in club, But Biden is
I'm with the cool kids.
That's well, a lot of cool kids were around, and we know. But Biden just over and over and over again. Now, even are talking about all this money, where'd it go?
Oh
what's
my
going
God!
on? Biden, I mean,
USAID.
every day it gets worse and worse.
Holy
and worse.
mackerel!
And they want to jump on John Schneider for saying like, well, I think kind of looks like he may have committed treason, and this is what.
No, I said he did. I mean, I was not. I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't
okay. Well, let me back
beat
up.
around the bush.
I know, but still.
And I said, you should, I believe you committed treason and should be publicly hung. Your son, too. Sincerely, John Schneider. That's what I said.
That is what he said.
That is what I said.
So
the night I was unmasked as the masked donut.
Right. I'll never forget it. We were all watching at Shipley's, a big group of Madisonians, and we were so thrilled. And I knew they did, and I didn't tell them, but I knew John was the donut. And it was very exciting. And then the next morning, I'm looking, because I always wake up so early, like at 5
I was
or whatever.
trending.
And I'm like, my God, John's trending, and not in a good way. So
Yeah.
I was like, and then John calls me maybe 7 or 7. He goes, hey, how you doing, honey? Love you. What's going on? Blah, blah. And I'm like, did you send that tweet? Because I kind of thought maybe it was a mistake or whatever. And so anyway,
I said, what tweet?
Oh, gosh.
Anyhow, so what's so funny is if you watch a movie that I did called Christmas Cars, there's a line in there where I'm talking to a guy that has a toy factory, right? And I say, I'm trending. I'm trending. And he said, I know. and I said, well, that's good, right? He said, it depends on why you're trending.
Right.
So that was the event there. By the way, I'm not going to mention why I'm saying this, but I want you to know that The Masked Singer is filmed about 3 months before it's aired. There you go. So I had to be quiet for a very long time.
Boy, would that be hard.
Which is hard for me. But the cool thing about that.
Really? It's hard for you to be quiet.
Cool thing about that is nobody on The Masked Singer knows who else is on The Masked Singer. We are we're like a jury of one sequestered from all the other 11.
And your outfit was 5,000 times
that was the best
than everybody else's.
No, there was an NBA player there too. I forget what, like Snuggles or no, it was some big furry critter. But I don't even know who that was. All I knew is that I felt pretty big. this thing lumbered by me like, oh my God.
Great outfit.
So have a good time in your life. I guess that's the important thing. But don't not let your friends know what you think. Be verbal. And I don't mean about politics, but about anything. About what your dreams are, what your hopes are, what your aspirations are. If they do something that pisses you off, tell them. Let them know. What was that beep?
That's a truck backing in.
No, not that one. I heard it not sound like a...
Well, is our time up? I think it might be.
No, I don't think... We have 3 minutes left.
Oh, awesome. Good. I was so worried. I'm sorry.
Is there anything else you would like to say?
I love you very much.
I think you're kind of in the dark over there. I love you very much, too.
No, I'm not in the dark. I'm quite...
Oh, okay. Well, there you don't look in the... But here you look... Okay.
I like it in the dark.
You look beautiful.
We can make out.
Not in front... What did the F Troop... Not in front of the men. If you haven't seen... have you seen F Troop? Mm-mm. Oh, by God, there's another one. The end of the Civil War was near when quite accidentally... Ken Berry, Forrest Tucker, Larry Storch, wonderful show. Frank Dakova. They shot that where we shot Dukes later.
Is that a black and white show? Or
it's one of those ones that started black and white, went to color. Like dum 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 dum. Wah wah.
Woo woo. Yeah, we love Wild Wild West.
We love Wild West.
So great.
And I had the great honor of doing Robert Conrad's. They didn't call it a podcast at that point. I don't know what the heck they called it.
What did they do when they started all that? Because I bet Tony knows. Tony the Tiger, our guy.
They're great. Oh, by the way, the guy that was they're great and Danger, Will Robinson. He does all the intros and outros on Time Tunnel,
which is really awesome.
Oh my
God! John
gosh.
introduced me to that, and all of this,
Why that show has not become a series of movies like Mission Impossible, I have no idea. Oh, that's what it was.
Oh,
So if you've not seen Irwin Allen's Time Tunnel,
it's really good.
the show, it's on, where do we find it? Amazon Prime. Check that out. A lot of fun. But I'm saying all this to say, have fun. My God. You know, we're here for
A blip.
a blip. Blip. So we're here for a blip. Jimmy Best did that. He was just gone.
And
Anyway,
again, he is buried in Corden, Indiana, the first state capital, and that's not far from.
Oh, Jimmy
Madison.
Best is buried in Corden, Indiana.
Yeah,
That's
so we
correct.
need to go and visit.
Pay your
And
respects to
there's
Sheriff
that.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Yeah, but he's a Hoosier.
James Best, he's a Hoosier.
too.
He's a great guy. Wonderful, wonderful guy.
But yeah, it's better to be, find the positive, but find something fun or positive every day. I mean, look, this morning was a little rough for us, but in the end, we're laughing and it's fun and it's great. And so we survived it. Not only did we survive it, we thrived. And if we,
And met great people.
And you look at the good things where, the folks that are always negative and mean and hateful and whatever, go to that corner and just stay there because, it's not good to be that way to the world. But it's up to you.
Just get out of it.
It's your choice.
Get out of it.
Look, you're going to have your moments, but in the end,
choose joy.
Choose joy.
Choose it. There he goes. I don't know if you saw him, but there he goes. He's going to have one try. But
look at him.
if
you're so good at it.
If
look at it. It's amazing how they do it. And
yep.
honey, you're good at
so
it.
So if you're no, but I don't have.
That time,
this is a one piece.
When you hit the pole, that was bad. And I come in with my bags, and I'm like, the police are there.
Oh, look at that. We're almost out of time.
But anyway, it worked out because in the end, they wanted a picture with John. And
I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you with this. Yes, yeah. I'm going to leave you with this. So Earls of Perry is a lot like Dukes of Hazzard. So if there are a couple of people in the not now TV world, but a couple of people in the TV world from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that you would like to see back on television, make a couple suggestions. Because I am in. Oh, who let the dogs out? So I'm in favor of calling people who are like me, who were on shows before, and giving them new opportunities. So if there's somebody that reminds you of Boss Hogg, or somebody that reminds you of Roscoe or Cletus or Enos, drop us a note. Let us know in the thing here.
We want it to be reminiscent. We have to go, but not a carbon copy. But no.
No, it's not a carbon copy. But we want you to go. Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah. Nostalgic. But please think about if you can't make it to Hazard, if you want to donate to these flood victims, they could really use it, and we appreciate it.
We'll put the link in there.
Yeah, and thank you.
And that's the only link that you need to pay attention to. Nobody else.
No scammers.
There's already people. Thank God for
Kid
Rock and for President Trump. They signed something that's going to try to eliminate these scalpers that are driving ticket prices to concerts through the roof, so that scalpers and scammers, they're driving the ticket prices through the roof so that folks who are really fans can't afford to go. That's not fair. We have entered into the land and the time of fair. So let's be fair. I have a little bit of ice water left. One more thing. Remember the car show on Saturday in Hazard. John will be there. If you want to make a donation, or if you want to get your picture with John or a signature, $20. $20. Right. And it'll all go. Every bit of the money goes to the flood victims. And if you want to make a donation, will not go to a bureaucrat. Because a lot of them have been living in these terrible trailers for a long time, and we need to get them out of there and get and Furman Generators. They're donating. We've got all kinds of thank you, Sean. Yep. Folks. Click. We're out of time. People from 20 states in Germany are coming. We hope you do too. We love you. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Drinks with John. Ooh. Dee Dee. And John. And Dee Dee and John. Thanks with us. You take care.